Hello, hello. It's that time again. We've got two things today. First off, we've got AEDD Gregor. And then we've got Ardor Blossom Star FAUST, which is an ego. So we'll get to Gregor first, because he's an ID, so he's gonna be longer. Let's see what his first skill does. It is a 2-coin gluttony slash skill. Deals more damage based on the charge potency he has. If he has enough charge potency, he gains coin power, gains clash power based on the charge count, and then at less than X charge count, he gains charge count. On the first and second hit, he gains charge count and inflicts rupture. Second skill is a gloom slash skill with 3 coins. It deals more damage based on the charge potency, gains coin power for base if he has enough charge potency. Then, if he has more charge potency, the final coin becomes an unbreakable coin, and if I'd guess about 10 charge count, he consumes an amount of charge count to gain base power. I'd probably have to assume 7. First hit inflicts rupture count and gains charge count. Second hit gains charge count based on the charge potency he has, and it inflicts some rupture potency. Third hit will inflict photoelectricity, and at X plus charge potency, inflict even more photoelectricity. If you remember from Heathcliff, where is it? Here we are. Based from Multicrack Heathcliff, photoelectricity will, inflicts it, so he inflicts it. When hit, the attacker will gain charge count based on the value of photoelectricity. If the attacker has less than 5 charge count, they gain 3 additional charge count. And then at the turn end, the effect expires. So they're reusing old statuses. That's great. As for skill 3, it's a 3-coin envy slash skill that at combat start gains high voltage exoskeleton equal to the charge potency. Before use, at X plus charge, use the maximum output ultra high voltage current discharge. Okay. So probably a skill 3-2. On use, at X plus charge potency, gain coin power. At Y plus charge, convert the final coin into an unbreakable coin. At X plus charge count, consume Y charge count and gain coin power. First hit and second hit gain charge count. Third hit inflicts rupture potency and count. Inflicts photoelectricity. And then inflicts charged sting based on the charge he has. And then that's only this turn. But if he has enough charge potency, he will also do it next turn. We'll have to see what that does. Now for the skill 3-2, it's also an envy skill with 3 coins and slash damage, but it's automatically unbreakable. At X plus charge potency, gain coin power. Deals more damage based on the attack weight that isn't used, so it's going to be AoE by default. At X plus charge count, consume X charge count to gain base power and coin power. If there are any remaining charge count, consume up to X charge count to deal charge count additionally consumed due to this effect times Y damage. So more damage, but you're losing all of your charge count. First hit, inflicts rupture count. Second hit, inflicts rupture potency. Third hit, inflicts photoelectricity. And then charged sting. If he has enough charge potency, then it'll do it based next turn as well. And is based on the charge potency that he has. Yeah. Now, as for his defense skill, it's a normal guard. Okay. On combat start, gain high voltage exoskeleton. On use, gains coin power equal to charge potency on himself. Gains charge count on use, and then on use gains aggro to that skill slot. Let's go and take a look at his passives and shit. First off, let's see what his effects do. As we know what photoelectricity does. I just went over it earlier. High voltage exoskeleton. Gain X times Y shield. Okay. Don't know what that'll come out to. If this unit loses that amount of shield, lose high voltage exoskeleton stack. Turn end, gain charge count equal to the stack, and then both the stack and shield from its effect expire at the turn end. Charged sting. Take more damage from skills that gain or consume charge count, including unique charge for every stack. Wow. Okay. For envy skills, strengthen this effect and take Y% more damage instead for every stack. And then lose a stack at attack end or after being hit by skills that fulfill the effect triggering conditions above. Okay. Oh, okay. So if it's not hit by something that consumes charge count or does with charge count, then you lose the entire stack. If you don't do that, then you lose it. Or if you do use exclusively charge-based skills, then it's at turn end after being hit by those skills. Now, I would go over self-charge right now, but I don't know what that is. His first passive is gain charge potency every time he consumes 10 charge count. As expected. Any charge barrier he gains is converted into exoskeleton. Okay. At X plus charge potency on self, min-max speed plus Y. In this encounter, when he takes damage that brings his HP down to 0, gains self-charge equal to X plus charge potency on self times Y. Now we know how he gains self-charge, which gives him final power, gives him charge count equal to the stack he loses when he loses the stack, and he loses the stack at the end of attack skill. So when he's hit, he loses. Yeah, at the end of an attack he takes, he loses some stack, and whenever he ends an attack, he loses some stack, and then at the end of a turn, he loses some stack. But he cannot lose. He cannot die before he loses all of his self-charge. Now, as for his second passive, gains offense level and gives offense level to allies wearing ego gear, which there's at least 3 charge IDs that do that now, I think. 4, actually? Yeah. 4 different charge IDs that wear ego gear. Yeah. Which are Queen of Hatred Dawn, Knight of Despair Roja, and Red Eyes Penitence Ryoshu, and now him. And if he has less than X charge count when consuming charge count due to his ego passive from which let's see, what does that do? When he does I remember on head's hit he consumes 2 charge count on himself to give 1 charge count to an ally with the lowest amount of charge count. But due to this effect, if he has less than X charge count when consuming charge count due to that effect, instead of consuming 2 charge count, he consumes shield or HP to activate the ego passive effect. And this effect only triggers when he's above X% HP. And then third passive, which is the one that'll require resources, is he gains charge count at the start of combat. At the end of combat, if he's at enough charge count, he'll consume excess charge count and apply half of that charge count to an ally. Rounded up. This effect prioritizes the ally with... Okay, so basically... Yeah, okay. So the effect prioritizes allies with the lowest charge count among allies with earlier deployment order than this unit. Okay, that doesn't seem great. Why? Oh well. It'll prioritize allies with the lowest charge count. And then if there are no allies with earlier deployment order than this unit, or if this unit has X plus charge, then deactivate the effect. And then let's see, at X plus Gloom or Envy Resonance, apply Y charge count next turn on allies with earlier deployment order than this unit. So you'll probably want him at slot 7. Or whatever the latest slot that you can give him is. That'll still be on the field immediately. He will apply on higher resonance between Gloom and Envy, allies in deployment order. Okay, and at X plus charge potency, just apply that charge count to all the allies. If there are no allies with deployment order, with early deployment order than him, then he just gains charge count. As for his support passive, allies with the earliest deployment order each heal HP equal to the sum of charge count and unique charge consumed by their skills this turn. Okay. So he seems like he's gonna be a great charge support. And yeah, probably a good tank too. Now as for Faust, let's see what Faust does. First off, I want to see her ego passive. The effect triggers immediately after using the skill. For every X burn on self, increase burn potency inflicted on enemies with this unit's base attack skills and coin effects. When Faust uses her S3-2 on the LCE ID, the one that blows her up, instead of blowing up, she will heal HP, gain blunt damage up, and wrath damage up for the next turn. Okay then. I hope this isn't capped. Please God, tell me that she doesn't have to blow up anymore. Oh, I love her. She's so pretty. Yeah. 2-coin Wrath Ego skill with blunt damage. Before attack, gains final power based on the burn on all the targets, and then burn on herself. At the end of attack, she gains burn potency and count. And then at the end of attack, gain burn potency. No, at enough burn potency, probably 30, she gains wrath damage up next turn. First coin inflicts burn, and then inflicts some more burn potency based on wrath resonance. Second coin inflicts burn count equal to wrath based on wrath resonance. And after the coin ends, at X plus burn potency, she inflicts embers on all the targets. What does embers do? If this unit has burn, lose embers count when hit by a skill that inflicts burn potency. So if it inflicts burn, okay. So lose count when taking damage from a skill that inflicts burn in some way. If it does not have burn, reset embers count when hit by a skill that does that. At X burn count, or embers count, activate the following effects. Activate burn on self and lose burn count. Then lose embers potency. And at Y plus remaining embers potency, reset embers count. It's death right. It's burn death right. With repeated triggers. It's burn death right. Hell yeah. As for her ego corrosion, it's a 3-coin wrath blunt skill. Indiscriminate targets randomly, of course. Gains final power based on the burn on all targets and herself. At the end of attack, gain burn potency and count. At X plus burn potency, gain wrath damage up next turn. If she's healing, or if she's missing enough HP, heal SP based on the burn she has on herself. First coin inflicts a bunch of burn count and inflicts some based on wrath resonance. Second coin inflicts more burn count and some burn potency based on wrath resonance. And third coin randomly inflicts burnt embers between all targets. So it's guaranteed to inflict at least some embers, but the awakening just inflicts it on all targets more consistently. So they both have their uses, actually. That's nice. This seems goated, actually. This is amazing. Makes Faust not blow up. Is a generally good burn applicator. And then burn death right. This is amazing. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.